The NWSL Championship is coming to Houston this October. So what's that mean? Here's your guide to the NWSL Championship in just 60 seconds by me, Melissa Henderson. The National Women's Soccer League is the top women's soccer league in the United States, featuring 69 national team players from around the world, including 37 Olympians and 19 members of the World Cup winning United States women's national team. Houston was pre-selected as the 2016 NWSL Championship host city. America's top 2 professional teams will meet in Houston for the NWSL Championship. It's the end of the line for pro women's soccer playoffs, and it's all going down in H-Town. So here's how it works. There's 10 teams in the NWSL. Top 4 teams in the regular season standings make it to playoffs, with the higher seed teams hosting each semifinal match, and the final 2 face off for the chance to lift the trophy. Support women's pro soccer and join at BBVA Compass Stadium to see who will be crowned this year's champion. Thursday, October 9th at BBVA Compass Stadium. Get your tickets now at bbvacompassstadium.com.
Place is on the line, the Olympic break looms, and an intense rivalry is renewed. So much at stake tonight as the Portland Thorns host the Seattle Reign right here at Providence Park. A look at the updated standings going into our match. Huge goal by Western New York in stoppage time allows the Flash to get to 26 points with the tie against Houston. Chicago defeating FC Kansas City, and obviously Chicago smack dab in the middle of the playoff race. Know this, the Washington Sky Blue match scheduled for tonight had to be moved to tomorrow because of inclement weather. Those are the updated standings going into our match, the last one of the evening. Hello, everybody. Ann Schatz joined by my broadcast partner. That is Janine Spara, former member of the U.S. women's national team. All right, we talk about the Olympic break. We know that the league goes dark for about a month after tomorrow's final match of the weekend. So a big match for both the Reign and Thorns.
It is. They both want to take a few points, the 3 points out of this game heading into the break. That way they go in, they have that time off. When they come out of it, they're in a really good place, and they're kind of keeping that momentum going.
You know, we've been talking about all the Olympians that will be represented as far as the Portland Thorns roster is concerned. The Thorns once again missing 7 starters from Sinclair all the way to Allie Long, and yet Parsons has had to deal with these absences, hoping his team is ready to go tonight.
He has, and of course, obviously big, missing pieces for them, but they've been together. This team has been together. They've put it together in such a good way and built a very strong program and a strong group of players that they'll be ready for it.
Dagny Brynja's daughter will have a circle on her back. Seattle, I think, keying on this talented player.
She is. She's good on both sides of the ball. Offensively, defensively, she helps run that midfield along with Mana Shim. 2 great players, and they're going to have their hands full tonight with the Seattle midfield.
Seattle signing 2 Japanese international players, including Naho Kawasumi, back after doing so well in 2014, and she's in the Reign's uniform again.
I know she's super popular in Seattle, and you can see why. Dynamic player, great on the wing. She gets in that last game they had last weekend. Integral part of getting them forward and creating all kinds of chances.
All right, lineups and the kickoff coming up in just a moment.
This car wasn't made in Detroit or Tokyo or Mexico City. This, the Mini Clubman, was crafted in Oxford, England, a place where mass production isn't all that massive. And each car is engineered, customized, tuned, and crafted one at a time. Introducing the new Mini Clubman, made in Oxford.
Mini of Portland, proud sponsor of the Portland Thorns and Timbers 2. We make it fun.
This is your house. Houses are expensive. Expenses keep you from being simple. But there's a simple way to stay ahead of expenses. Use the red key and open a hassle-free account. No monthly service charges, no overdraft fees, no minimum balance fees, no hassles. Take the first step to thriving. Use the red key to make your finances hassle-free. KeyBank. Use the red key.
So you're experiencing pain and stiffness when you do this, and burning in your arm when you do this?
So, Doc, you think you can help?
Of course we can.
You want to feel good doing what you love. Providence helps you get there. Whether you're a Major League Soccer champion or a weekend warrior, our goal is to get you back in your game. This is what it means to go beyond the park.
Hi, I'm looking for my first Toyota.
The Corolla is a great choice. It's super reliable, so it'll be with you for a lot of firsts.
Wow, I'm really going places.
In a Corolla, right?
During Toyota time, get 0.9% APR financing for 72 months on a reliable 2016 Corolla. Offer ends May 31st. For great deals on other Toyotas, visit Toyota.com.
First things first, your keys.
Toyota, let's go places.
Beautiful night scene of the Rose City, Portland, Oregon. We're in Providence Park, downtown Portland, minutes away from kickoff between Cascadia rivals, the Thorns, and Seattle Reign. Mark Parsons' starting 11 looks like this. Michelle Betos between the pipes. Emily Menges wearing the captain's armband again will anchor the Thorns defense. Parsons going with a flat 5 back line for the first time this year. Talent in the midfield. Mana Shim will be the brains on the pitch. That's what Parsons says. She'll be joined by Dagny Rasso and amateur call-up Mo Fitzgerald. Nadia Nadim, the lone striker up top for Portland.
She's going to be the outlet for them, the player that they're going to be looking for, not only to get forward or get chances, but the one that's going to hold the ball and give them that little time to kind of reorganize and go on the attack.
Laura Harvey's starting 11. Haley Koppmeyer in goal. Lauren Barnes and Kendall Fletcher highlight one of the league's best defenses. Seattle's midfield stirs the drink. Little, Winters, and Fishlock.
What a great middle three, and they have them all season. They're solid. They're talented. They're always there. Kim Little has 30 goals on the season, on her career, but Jess Fishlock gets such good service and is so dangerous, you can't really stop all of them at the same time.
Naho, so huge for the Reign. She's back. Melis and Matthias will complement Kawasumi. So we are ready to go here at Providence Park. Portland in their home kits. Red from stem to stern, and the visiting Reign come in with their blues. Beautiful evening here in Portland, Oregon, 72 degrees. That's about where we are as kickoff looms. Northwest winds at about 17 mile an hour. Both clubs looking for that victory before the Olympic break. The two teams have met 2 times already this season, 4 times altogether this year. The previous 2 matches ending in draws. Laura Harvey says a draw is not okay tonight. We'll see what happens. You got to love that.
Well, after that last game last weekend, Seattle was doing such a great job. They were really putting the ball together well, getting forward, moving it around. So I could expect that she wants more out of them tonight.
So Melis jumping the gun a little bit before kickoff for the Seattle Reign. Now we're underway. The Portland Thorns and Seattle Reign presented by Toyota. So you mentioned Seattle coming off of that impressive 5-2 victory over Orlando. And Seattle losing at Houston 3-0, the first 2-game skid for the Thorns all season long.
Yeah, so this is going to be a tough one. I mean, when you've got a team, playing so well, moving the ball well, being super dynamic, creative, getting forward with 5 goals scored, that's something that you're going to have to slow down and deal with.
The Portland Thorns web stream is presented in part by your locally owned McDonald's. Sliding tackle there. But you love the early rush by the Portland Thorns. Rasso quick around that 18, and it results in the first corner. Parsons said perhaps we can nick this Seattle bunch with the set piece, such as a corner kick.
He did, and it's nice to see early. They're just a minute into the game. You can hear the crowd very excited about the opportunity.
Little back heel for Brynja's daughter. Portland putting some early pressure on the Seattle defense.
Nice to see them coming at them very quickly. They're not just laying back. They're not. You talked about them coming out in a flat back 5, but they're not just sitting there and waiting for them. They're coming at them already, which is a good sign from the Portland Thorns.
Amateur Mo Fitzgerald getting the starting nod tonight. Skogerbo in the starting lineup as well. That ball looked like it was alive, and it was, as Fletcher is able to reclaim it. And Seattle would love to get the counter going. Great defense by Menges. Here's Rasso, and the flag goes up. So what does that flat 5 tell you? What's in the head and heart of Mark Parsons going with that type of formation defensively?
Well, as he explained it a little bit, we got to talk to him before the game, and he said they're usually when you play with the 5, you're going to send your wing backs up top. It's a true flat. He's looking to cut down not only the middle with his midfield, but use those outside to really secure the wide places. He's worried about service. He's worried about the attack that other teams have had against them in wide areas. So he's going with the flat back in order to fill that area up and really solidify the back line.
Fitzgerald finding Shim. Nadim, as per usual, very active and leaving it on the flank for Rasso. Shim just couldn't find the touch.
You know, one of the things about the formation, and they're playing the 5-4-1, they've gotten the Diem up top. We talked about her a little bit in the opening. You have to have a player who can fill that role, and she can. She works hard. She's great with the ball at her feet. She's the type of player that's going to make this a successful formation for them. So it's really nice to have her, like you just saw. She's up in there trying to chase down balls and being very active.
Dangerous here. Well, and back to Nadim, Parsons expects her to have to just run a ton tonight and just kind of be that energy bunny, if you will, up top and to come back and help as well.
She is. She's not only a hard worker, but she's got the mentality. You have to have a little bit of fight up there when you're facing 4. You know, they're playing with a 4-back. She's the one up top, so she's going to be facing those numbers down most of the time. And again, the nice thing about her, she's got the mentality and the work rate to do that.
Last time these clubs met was here on May 29th. Scoreless draw. But Seattle has gotten well in the injury department and have added the Japanese internationals. A different Reign club tonight, and one that's starting to come on, Janine.
They are, and they look so good against Orlando, really being able to get through the team, working the ball well, quick ball movement, quick also movement off the ball and support ahead and behind the ball. So, I mean, they are really playing well right now.
Heady play by Menges there to just shield the ball. Really nicely done to keep Matthias from touching it.
Just good, intelligent defending. That's the thing you want to do.
Pickett will flag it down. The rookie out of Florida State. And this will be a patient Seattle club looking to just combine, move the ball, stretch the defense, find a pocket, and pounce.
They do, and they have really good movement. You can see the midfield. Kim Little had just made a run forward, asking for Pickett to play her in. Now she's dropped back to get the ball, playing out the other side. So the team has really good interactions or interchanges with each other, which makes it harder to track for the Portland Thorns.
6th minute, early into this match. Portland knows that a win or a tie would either give them 27 points or 29. That would be good enough for first place at the moment. Washington Sky Blue FC postponed tonight. Will play tomorrow because of really bad weather in the DC area. Turning nicely, Mellis. Bourré. That was dangerous right near the 6, and Bourré got a boot on it. Nadim on the counter will leave it for Shim. Dangerous pass there. Nicely played by Weber. Nadim, a little heavy on the touch.
Rasso, you can see those trying to go forward. Always a great attacking player, great mentality on the outside. She's willing to go at him and get started. Quick and exciting. So one of the things that's a little bit more difficult about the 5 is if you add another person, you have somebody else to organize, right? So you can see Mangus is trying to discuss, she's trying to pull her line up and organize her line and tell them where to be. And they're having just a little trouble with the other 2 center backs kind of keeping that straight line and moving Seattle's attack up a little bit.
And is that something that can be corrected as the match continues and these players get into flow, if you will?
Sure, yeah. They're going to settle into those situations. So they've trained on this already. They've already practiced, and they know they're coming out this way. And some of it is just settling into the game itself and those nerves and getting used to moving that line and moving as one unit.
The short possession style passing of Seattle. Fishlock, a lot of room to maneuver and will switch attacks. But Portland is there. Fitzgerald, the amateur call-up, getting the start tonight. Boy, I don't know if it's nerves or just, hey, put me in, coach. Look at this ball, and Betos has got to come way off her line. Matthias was bearing down.
She does a great job Betos does a great job of playing high. She sees where her line is. She plays in that gap perfectly. She knows when to come off, reads the flighted ball, comes out, and just serves it out.
Last time out, we mentioned that the Portland Thorns losing to Houston July 16th, and then they had a bye week. How critical was that for this Thorns club?
I think critical, not sure.
Okay.
They do a great job. They've had a little time off, so you can heal some of the things at this part of the season, which is good. And I think that works in their favor. Sometimes it depends on the person. Some people, get a little antsy. They don't like having that time without a game. So, but I think in this case, I think it definitely works for the Thorns, and giving them that time to kind of make sure they're healed and fresh.
I like the idea of a little time for the likes of a Skogerbo or a Fitzgerald, some of the other amateur call-ups, just kind of getting integrated into the club a little bit more with that bye.
I do too. I think it might be those older players, or you have like a Nadia Nadim who's just, hard to contain all around with that energy. That those kind of players may be a little bit harder to deal with the time off. But it's nice to have extra time to kind of sort your lineup and, again, have a game plan. And they definitely came tonight with a game plan against Seattle.
Reynolds with the throw-in. 50-50 balls won by Seattle. Little controls and carries. Love the ball to Mellis. Really nice to see that injury on the wayside, by the wayside for Manon Mellis. Great to see her back in the Seattle lineup. What a dangerous club this is.
Quality player.
You bet. Pickett has room. Just kind of playing catch. Nicely done there defensively. Hey, follow the Thorns with flights to over 40 cities. Alaska Airlines serves from Portland, including Boston, Dallas, and 4 LA area airports. For Alaska's lowest prices, visit alaskaair.com. So far, I've been impressed with Fitzgerald, the amateur call-up, local player who's just kind of feeling her way into this match and doing well so far.
Yeah, she's been a quality player for a long time. Obviously, youth player in the Portland area, grown up, just doing a great job playing at Oregon. I mean, she's as solid as they come. So it's nice to see her get that opportunity. I agree. It's great to see her out there.
Seattle, by rain standards, 2 straight NWSL shields. Just over 500. A down year so far, but Seattle starting to get well. Little, all kinds of room. Mangus tries to cut her off as Fishlock now has it. Bourret gets a noggin on it, and that's a lot of room for these dangerous rain to carry the ball.
It is, and you can see the Thorns kind of dropping in. They are staying pretty tight. They're a good unit with that back 5 and that middle 4.
Just missed. Did Mellis getting ahead off that beautiful cross. We'll watch Naho cross, and there was an offside flag anyway, but you watched what Naho does best, and that's those nifty crosses that just seem to find the feeder head of all of her teammates.
Skilled and dangerous. I mean, she can put a ball exactly where she wants it with a proper weight spin to give that player the ball that they need to attack.
Brynja's daughter going toe-to-toe. Nicely done by Rasso. Fishlock comes up with it, though, and Reed will carry. Weber, can she save it? No, but a hustling play by Weber all the same.
Portland Thorns have a good work rate. You can see, Rasso is dynamic. You've got Dagny and Shim in the middle, and then Weber trying to chase down that ball. Again, they're not just sitting back. They're ready to play this game.
As we mentioned, Matthias. Nicely played by Dagny. These two clubs meeting for the third time this season. The prior two matches resulting in draws. 1-1 in Seattle, and just a short time later scoreless here in Portland. The last match for both clubs before the Olympic break. Shim will leave it, get it right back, playing combination with Rasso, trying to thread the needle.
That was a great play by Weber. She was in the right place at the right time. Had she not been there, again, that's that wide space that Parsons was talking about, trying to defend against, and they almost got exploited on that play.
Pickett from distance. Nicely played by Betos, who falls over her own player, Bure.
That's a great early word from Michelle Betos, basically coming out and saying, hey, this is my area, coming out all the way to the 12 to get this ball. It's in her hands, it's safe, she's helping her teammates out. Great early ball from her.
Seattle had a stretch, Janine, of 5 straight shutouts between the end of May and early July. The problem with that, though, is they weren't scoring a whole lot of goals themselves. But that last match against Orlando, resulting in 5 back of the netters for Seattle, has Reign fans feeling a little bit better about things as they climb back into playoff contention.
Yeah, you've got to be good on both sides of the ball. The best you can do is tie if you're not able to put them in. But I think the Portland fans are hoping that they used up all their goals last weekend.
Portland, of course, starting the season unbeaten in 12 straight matches. The first setback coming right here at home against FC Kansas City.
Just a great record, great start to it, and kind of showing you what this new group of players can do.
And I think Parsons has got to be happy. He was so keyed on the mainstays of the game plan. Hard work without a single playoff and focus. So far, as we're scoreless in the 16th minute, there seems to be a lot of focus with assignments, being in the right place at the right time.
Right, we talked about hard work, like you said, staying with the plan and then applying a little bit of pressure. So you might be having a little hard time with the third part of that, but doing a great job with sticking with the plan, and working really hard. Good, solid performance so far from the Thorns.
Expect a lot of these players on the pitch that you're seeing right here, right now, to go the distance or to play most of the minutes. A lean bench for Parsons as his club dealing with some kind of nicky injuries, but may keep him out of the mix tonight, like a Lofton or a Kat Williamson.
True. The other side of it, too, though, is when you have half of your field players on the back line and you don't switch them very often, you're going to see those players stay on more. So there would be less subbing, no matter what the situation is. You want them to be together. You want them to be tight. You want them to form that good, solid unit.
Again, a patient Seattle club. Keelan, beautiful ball. Matthias, or that's Mellis that'll track it down. Right at Betos.
Again, talking from that service, from the wide areas, they're able, Keelan Winters, be able to slip this ball in. Great service. Again, they've got to keep that solid, do a little bit better communication with each other in order to say, who's going to pick up these players and kind of cutting out that serve if they can.
You hear the whistle. Do you expect a direct style of play from the Portland Thorns because of the fact they've got those 5 in the back line?
I think, a little bit more direct. Mark Parsons talked about that before the game. You have the one top, you're not able to really have the numbers in the midfield to really work up as much, and you're kind of looking for that target player with the one top. But also, they're trying to make that quick transition and see if they can kind of catch Seattle.
Set pieces, free kicks, corners. Skogerbo unlucky there. Fishlock and Little. Winters, that midfield. So dynamic.
Yeah, they're athletic and quick. They really do a good job, Seattle does, of, like I said, moving the ball.
Matthias and Menges 1v1. Well played by Emily. What a great professional journey it has been for Emily Menges, a veteran now. 3rd round pick a few years back, and wearing the captain's armband in absence of Christine Sinclair. What an honor.
It is, again, and I know I've said this before, as far as your journey in the game and how old you are when you come out of college and where you start to peak. And, some of these young women have not even seen their peak yet. So for her, getting the chance to play after college, to play professionally, gives you that chance to see how you develop and what more you have as a player. And it's an incredible opportunity. I'm so happy that this league is here and that we get to watch these players play and grow.
Obviously a huge year for the NWSL. It's 4th, outlasting any of the other leagues that had started and folded up to this point. So this was a pivotal year for the league. Up and running, getting better each and every season.
Yeah, and hopefully they're able to add to some of that. They're doing a great job kind of monitoring the money side of it and make sure that the league is solid and happens. And hopefully they're able to also give those amateur players a little bit more, financial backing in order to help for them to work too.
Nadine attracts a crowd. She's got Rasso on the flank and finds the Australian. Haley cuts in the middle. Beautiful sliding tackle by Fishlock. Reed will start the counter.
Again, nice switch of play, going from one side of the field to the other. Again, through that midfield.
Great opportunity for Naho, looking to cross again. Winters with the header. Betos climbs the ladder.
You can see the ball being played to Kawasumi. Just a nice service across, and Winters there. Again, Michelle playing on her line, great positioning. It's tough. Sometimes having more players is a little bit more difficult to manage because you're trying to shift assignments really and pick up through the front line.
Little double teamed immediately, just flicks it right back to Pickett. And Barnes is picked off. Well played by Nadim. She's got Shim in the middle, and there's Skogerbo. Dagny gives it up to Little. This is when Seattle can be extremely dangerous. Offside flag does not come up. There it is. And the fans were begging for it, and so were the Portland Thorns as Mellis gets nicked.
Yeah, and almost getting a little unlucky without the call, and Michelle slipping a little bit with her feet. You could see just this quick play up top. There's no time wasted. Little just lets the ball go.
Janine, we're in the 22nd minute, still scoreless. Are the Thorns happy with this situation right now, or what can they do offensively to put Seattle in a hole?
I don't know that you really start to go for the offensive. I mean, I think they're doing well. They had a couple minutes of probably about 10 minutes ago where there was a little bit more momentum on the Seattle side. They've settled in just a little bit, and as every minute goes by, I think you add to your knowledge of the game, you add to your unit tightness, you know, the defense, the midfield, sorting out assignments, how they're playing this particular game. So I think you play it minute by minute and you go for that, and I think they're doing a great job so far.
Barnes slow to get up. She's okay. Naho controls. Nicely played by the Thorns defense. Patient in its own right. Hey, 10:30 a.m. means nothing anymore. You asked for it. You've got it. All day breakfast finally here at your locally owned McDonald's. Here's Little. Just looking up, seeing some space, coming right back to Barnes, but again, Little figures we've just got a chance to find a pocket if we build from the back.
I think Fitzgerald was just looking for Nadim to break in a different way, and it looked like Nadim was going to go to the outside and changed her mind and cut back in, and so the ball looks like she, you know, kind of hit it to know, but she did have a plan there, and I think those two are just getting to know each other a little bit as well.
Naho marked by Menges. There's a matchup. Mellis leaving it. Little turns, Little shoots and blocked. What a play by Reynolds. That looked like a sure goal as Little had turned the defense around and was looking for a 1v1, Janine.
That was such a great turn from Little. I mean, she's just so fast. She knows exactly what she's doing. But, you know, again, those defenders with the experience in the back, like you said, she's right there. Reynolds is there to close it down, which was she gets a save on that one, definitely.
Little already with 30 career league goals, most in league history. She was looking at career goal number 31 there, and Reynolds saved the day. Good hustle by Skogerbo. Fitzgerald gets her pocket picked, and Pickett and company will reload.
You can see where they don't really have the outlet that they need. You know, there was a slight time where the Thorns, Mo Fitzgerald had the ball, or she was winning the ball, but she looks up. She really doesn't have anybody to get the ball to. Nadim was a little bit lower and harder to find, and that's the thing that's really going to tire out the defense and tire the team when they're trying, you know, working hard, and then just trying to relieve that pressure a little bit. They've got to have someone at top that they can get the ball to.
Nadim will chase as Fishlock with a bit of a weak pass, but Naho is able to control. Fletcher looking to find Barnes, and does. And Pickett's on this near sideline. Wants to make a run. Again, the Thorns defense just looking to stay organized. You can hear Betos chirping from way up here. She is as good a communicator between the pipes as anybody. And against this club, oh baby, that's key. Here comes Seattle again. They're pushing. Little scoops it. Betos, no problem there, as Matthias knew she had no chance to catch up to that ball in space.
They're so fast. We've talked about the defense as a unit. We've got to talk about the midfield as a unit. You know, you've got a lot of direction going on between Dagny, Mana, Mo, and then Rasso on the outside. So you can see a lot of people talking, pointing, organizing, making sure that they're trying to get pressure on the ball. So one of the things Mark wanted them to do, of the three, he said they've got to pressure. They've got to apply pressure to Seattle and not just let them run the game that they want to. And so some of that is happening, because when you don't, Kim Little gets the ball, quick turn, she can find a player in no time.
One of the few times we just saw, Janine, with Dagny trying to run onto it. I think Brynja's daughter, as we mentioned, with the height and the ability around the 6 and in the 18 is going to be critical for Portland to get on the board, any chance at all.
She can, adds that physical dimension to the game, and sometimes you're going to have to get through a little bit with some strength, and she's definitely that player that can do it.
Reynolds leaves it for Skogerbo. Here's Weber switching fields, and Menges. Nadim trying to get a boot on it. Maybe a broken play or a pass picked off near that 6. Mana. Uh-oh. Nadim cuts it back and leaves it for Shim. Shim dancing with the left foot. Just not enough pace, but nicely played by Mana.
Nice idea. Again, they're still working hard up top. Mana does a nice little turn. She's just a little bit off balance and can't quite get much behind it.
Boy, it was a beautiful turn as she was able to turn Fletcher around. But with the left foot, you mentioned a bit off balance.
Hard to go get your momentum going forward when you're spinning like that. And again, she's like trying to look up to see where the goal is and try to play a nice little ball in and pick a side on it. Good to see her in the attack.
Weber mishitting that one as Rasso keeps the ball in play. But Seattle in its offensive third. Little so dangerous here. Little again. Menges. And the flag was up.
Great cover from Menges. I mean, she's just always there. She's like, I don't know, the iron horse of the back line.
25th pick in the 3rd round in 2014. Emily Menges out of Georgetown. And there were a lot of folks outside of her conference that was saying, Emily who? And they got to know the pace and the passion and the real skill that she has brought to the Thorns pitch since her rookie year.
Just a great job. And again, I just am so excited about seeing these young players just grow and become, professionals. It's just an awesome sight to see.
Weber obviously coming out of Penn State. Lions winning the national championship last year. A few folks more heard of her, obviously, as one of the top draft picks for the Thorns. And, of course, Emily Sonnet, first overall pick with the national team.
Great cover. You've got 3 Thorns following that ball back into Betos and that attempt on the through ball.
30th minute, still scoreless. If you ask Mark Parsons right now if he's okay with a scoreless match at this point, he would say thumbs up all the way.
I think so. I think there would be a very excited thumbs up or 2.
Seattle definitely keeping the ball in their offensive third and taking it right to the Thorns defense, but that defensive back line, all 5 of them and then some with some help. Solid so far, but Seattle, relentless. Winters. And that, obviously, that call is going to go against the Portland Thorns as Winters takes a header, and this is where Seattle can be very dangerous.
Right, so it's nice to have a little bit of a break, and as far as they can set up, they can sort it out. Again, you don't want to give things away. The run of play is also very difficult, and they're super threatening on the run of play as well. But we see what Seattle does on this.
Naho and Little. Hands on hips. Betos instructing the wall. We'll see who strikes it in the 31st minute for Seattle. Here's Naho.
Nice little chip ball played into the back post. Just not, Seattle wasn't able to run onto it. Trying to play in Kendall Fletcher coming out of the back.
Fletcher jockeying for position before Naho even struck it. Tried to sneak to that back post area.
And they often send their backs up. I think it's interesting that they have such a powerful attacking unit, both in the midfield and up top, that I think, one of the nice things, Seattle sends their backs, and so you don't track them quite as much because you're ready for the Kim Little or the Fishlock who's standing there.
Nadeem with a little room to move. Clever there. Send it wide to Weber. Rasso. That's nicely played ball into Haley. Looking for somebody to center it to.
Woo! A little bit of a close mistouch on there.
Resulting in a corner kick, though. For a second, I thought it maybe was going to go off a Seattle player for an own goal.
I know, it looked a little bit close. You've got Fishlock just facing the wrong way. You've got to face forward. Cardinal rule of defending, do not defend facing your own goal.
Here's Nadeem on the corner. Bouret! Again, wide of the net as Celeste was crashing hard.
Looks like it's off Matthias.
I think so too. Let's do it again, I guess. 33rd minute. Portland has had some really good success off corner kicks. Brynja's daughter, a huge target. Sliding through. Miscommunication. Dagny. Again off a Seattle player. And another corner. The crowd appreciating the effort.
This isn't a bad way to spend a few minutes. Try to get a couple chances at it. See if they can get one in. Just a little miscommunication off those two. It's hard to get out of the way that fast. See if they can. I'd like to see them play the ball a little bit more far post. Dagny's lining up in the back with Mo and Mangus, so I'd like to see them serve it in the back.
Dagny not able to get that far post sweet spot. Nice hustle there by Reynolds and Winters, and Reynolds knocks it out. 34th minute. You can see why Parsons is thinking that some kind of a set piece, especially a corner, might give the Thorns some luck. Sending it wide. Here's Reed. Weber's going to have to cover some ground and does just that. But Naho takes it from her. Brynja's daughter steps right in front of Winters, and Rasso is knocked to the ground. Foul against the Reign. 35th minute, scoreless here at Providence Park. Laura Harvey, and I quote, "Draws are not okay. We need to win for our own sanity, irrelevant of the standings." That's pretty much saying to her club, let's get after it. Let's keep this momentum going.
And the thing that I personally like about that sentiment is that she's talking about the game. She's not talking about the standing the points, really. What she wants them to do is play well. And they do. They move the ball well. They're a talented team. It's nice to see that is the thing that's being, not pressured, but the thing that's being asked of them. They're being asked to play the game, not to just go out there and win, which ends up looking a little bit ugly and is, for me, as a person, not as fun to watch.
So here we are on the 35th minute. That flat 5-back line for Portland, so far so good. Betos has been steady as per usual. Mangus and Reynolds with a lot of help. Well played by Fishlock. Dangerous here. Matthias.
They're not short on talent, are they? You can see, for me, looking at it, what I see out of these Seattle players, again, Laura Harvey is asking them to play the game. These players are choosing, they're being critical thinkers out there. They're making good choices. The play's not on. They don't just try to hammer it forward. You see a lot of spins, turns, cuts, drawing the ball back, trying to get around people. It's very, I think, thoughtful soccer.
And Portland is just hanging tough. Rasso in the 18. Love the pass to Nadeem, just a little hard off her own chest. The Thorns at least giving that Seattle defense something to work on. Skogerbo
Exactly. Rasso isn't, again, she's been trying to attack the whole game. That's the mentality she has, no matter what the situation is. Great service into Nadim. Just a little bit of a heavy touch off her chest. Can't quite control it in that tight area. And to be honest, she's going to have to do a little bit better job in order to take those chances or half chances that she's going to get.
Is Rasso, Dagny, Shim the kind of players that can take a little of that heat off of Nadim up top?
Yeah, they're super exciting players, and right now they're trying to be solid in the middle. When they get up, it's just a lot of ground to cover, So in order for them to solidify the midfield, not let anything through, and watch those players, but then also get up in the attack, it's a lot of work.
Good defense by Bourret to dispossess, but the ball into space. No chance for Nadim to catch up. And Seattle will counter on the far sideline. 38th minute, scoreless here at Providence Park. The Thorns looking to stop a 2-game losing streak. And at least for the night, stay atop the standings with a point or 3.
And as time goes on, they have more. It looks more and more like that's possible. That again, sticking to that game plan, that you have one, that they come out and they execute it, that they continue to execute it, not just decide, okay, I've already done that, I'm finished, but to continue to do it. And so that's going to be the test if they can last the rest of the 90 minutes, sticking to that plan.
Fletcher and Barnes sizing up the defense. Little leaving it for Fishlock. Nicely played by Brynja's daughter on the block. Nadim is going to have to be really smart in preserving some energy for this second half, Janine.
Definitely. The thing I'd like to see her do is just kind of make the play a little bit more predictable up top when she gets the chance. When she does apply pressure to one of the backs, make sure that they continue to go in that direction and not kind of work the ball side to side.
Hey fans, mark your calendar now for the 2016 NWSL Championship on Sunday, October 9th. It's in Houston. BBVA Compass Stadium, the place to be. As another flag goes up. Tickets are on sale now at NWSLchampionship.com with prices starting at a mere $20. Start making plans now to be in Houston for the NWSL Championship.
Again, a little bit lucky situation on there. You've got, I think, a little bit miscommunication between Weber and Mangus on that ball. Someone really needs to step up and tell them that she's going to take it. And I think in that case, it's Mangus. You've got two players come on. Kawasumi kind of waits to touch it. She comes back for it and gets it. And again, Thorns are a little bit lucky that she is offsides and a little earlier on her run.
Back heel, Brynja's daughter can't quite catch up as Barnes, as you would expect there. What an under-the-radar player Barnes has been for Seattle over the years. Rasso looking for a pick, looking for a mistake. 40th minute scoreless. Third meeting between these two clubs. Previous 2 matches resulting in draws, and we are scoreless at this point tonight. Nadim with the bounce. Trying to play the bounce off of Fletcher. Kendall was there.
Again, you've got some really good tracking from Keelan Winters on that ball. They're just, the movement off the ball from Seattle when their team has the ball, but they don't. They're interchanging with each other a lot, and they have the same kind of tracking defensively.
Kawasumi. Boy, and that's when Betos just basically said to her defenders, I've got it. And Reynolds was there right at the same time Michelle was to grab the ball.
Good communication, good patience from Betos. Sometimes she has a little bit of a tendency to want to do a little bit too much. She waited for her defenders to play that ball as long as they could, and then she came out at the right time. Very good patience out of the defense and of Michelle Betos.
41st minute. Soccer fans and experts know the last 5 minutes of each half so critical. What can we expect from Portland these last 5 minutes before stoppage time, Janine?
Well, I think the thought is stick to the game plan. So far, it's going well. You've got to be solid. most goals happen beginning and the end of halves, you know, so that you want to get out of this half. You want to keep doing what you're doing, right? Because they've got another 45 to play afterwards, and if they do that, they will be successful.
Dangerous throw in here. Fishlock. Service. Inside the 18. Whistle.
Got a little bit of an interesting call from the referee. Someone was just clearing it. Hits Keelan Winters, who's kind of running the other way, close range, and I don't know if he's calling a handball. I'm not really sure, but she wasn't very excited about that one.
Malik Bawadi, our referee tonight. 42nd minute. Scoreless here at Providence Park. Seattle has had some chances. Really solid Portland Thorns defense. Good D there. And a ball into space for Nadeem to run down. There's Kopmeyer off her line.
It's a great early ball. You can see that how that works for Seattle, works for the Thorns as well. Quick turnover. Monashim was right there and able to kind of force that, and then that quick service, you've got to take advantage of that opportunity as fast as possible.
Shim has been very steady in the midfield. Look at Rasso. She's got 1v1. Fletcher to beat. Tall order, has no help at all. Blocked by Fletcher. Rasso not quitting on the play, and the counter is led by Naho.
She's so fast. Haley Rasso has really good foot speed and skill in that attack.
Matthias. Marked by Skogerbo. It'll be a throw-in. Seattle would like the quick throw-in and restart here in the 43rd minute. They'll take their time, though, before they get the okay. Pickett leaving it for Winters. Winters wants to pull the trigger, leaves it instead, and skied by Reed.
Nice little layoff from Winters. Sees Ellie Reed on the outside and is just, you know, looking for a good quality chance. She couldn't quite catch up to the ball, so she didn't waste the chance or take it herself. She had a teammate there, and again, really good communication, really good help both sides of the ball from the Seattle Reign.
Betos had to go behind her own net to fetch the ball, and she will take her time here. We're nearing stoppage play. 44th minute, scoreless here at Providence Park. Portland's got to keep things locked up and really steady these last couple of minutes. Barely hear the whistle blown, and it's going to go against Nadeem and Portland. And a quick restart here in the 45th minute. Far sideline is Reed. Menges gives it a boot. Like the idea by Fitzgerald. That pass almost weak enough to pick off. Pickett. Boy, nice ball. This is the chance on that far post. You like the idea of Matthias. Nobody there.
Quick turn, gets in. Great jobs. Great service from Pickett in. Great first touch. Gets a shot off. Just her angle was a little bit off, but also Mangus is there, so some very good tracking from the Thorns.
Been liking the play of Pickett, the draftee out of Florida State. We're nearing stoppage time in the first half. 1 minute of stoppage time. Again, there's that direct style, Nadeem and Barnes. So it'll be a Rasso throw-in. She's going to leave it for Weber. We're only 20 seconds into the stoppage time. So the Thorns can take their time and see if they can get a quality attack going here.
Looking for the long throw, calling Mangus all the way over. Or Reynolds.
Brynja's daughter. So Seattle's going to have to hurry to get something of quality. And that'll do it. A scoreless first half. The Portland Thorns basically saying, hey, we're going to start 5 in the back line. We're going to bunker down and hunker down defensively and keep this game no score or low score. Mission accomplished so far.
So far, 45-minute win. 45 more minutes, and that will, be the tail of the tape right there, right? To see if they, again, can stick to the game plan, make sure that they keep pressure on and keep working hard for the rest of the game. And if they can do that, again, you've seen what they can do. It has, and it is very successful so far.
Mark Parsons and Dagny, along with Weber, chatting coming off the sidelines. Dagny obviously very active in that first half. Same with Mal Weber.
Interesting. I would have liked to hear what Mark went right over to her to talk about. That would have been really good to hear.
Mark Parsons slipping on the headset and joining us. Coach, defensively, your thoughts, just how this first half went.
Defensively, I think we did a good job for the first period of that half, keeping the distances really tight, denying their good players faced up between our midfield and defence. And then it got stretched in the final 10 there, so I think we can tidy that up. And then, we need to secure the ball and take care of it higher up the pitch and slow the game down when we're up there, because once we get there, we haven't really we haven't composed ourselves enough to get a good ball in the box or get something at goal, so we need to take care of that.
Mark, thanks for taking the time. Good luck that second half.
All right, peace.
That's Thorns head coach Mark Parsons. We're scoreless here at Providence Park. An entertaining but scoreless first half between the Thorns and Rain. Our halftime show, KeyBank halftime show, commences in a moment.
At Papa Murphy's, love means using only chicken raised without antibiotics. That's no antibiotics, ever. Share the love with a large chicken bacon artichoke made with chicken raised without antibiotics. Just $9 when you order at papamurphys.com.
So you're experiencing pain and stiffness when you do this, and burning in your arm when you do this?
So, Doc, you think you can help?
Of course we can.
You want to feel good doing what you love. Providence helps you get there. Whether you're a Major League Soccer champion or a weekend warrior, our goal is to get you back in your game. This is what it means to go beyond the park.
The world is a curious place, full of puzzles still waiting to be solved. Stonehenge, the pyramids, Easter Island, and today, another enigma rises out of the clouds. Who is the face on the tail?
Welcome to the KeyBank halftime show here at Providence Park. The Portland Thorns and Seattle Rain scoreless at the break. First-year Portland Thorns starter Nadia Nadim has been so productive for this club, and her journey to the NWSL has been so compelling. You know, at the age of 12, she had to flee along with her family from her homeland in Afghanistan, ended up in Denmark. That happened after her father, who was with the Afghani military, was murdered. They end up in Denmark. She is now a member of the Danish national team, and then comes to the NWSL with Sky Blue in 2014. Took the league by a storm. So imagine how excited Thorns fans were when the club acquired her before the start of the 2016 season. She has been a blast to watch. Let's get to know Nadia a little bit more. Nadim has a PK goal to her credit. She'll try again. And she got it! So excited. If I had to describe you as a player, it would be one who always comes with 100%, but that joy factor. Always the joy factor. Have you always played with that kind of joy, that passion, that love for the game?
Yes, 100%. I feel being happy on the field is really, really important, and I do this because I love it. I love playing. I love football. So obviously that is one of the most important factors when I play. I want to be happy because then I know I play best. So yeah.
A lot of folks must ask you the question how you mix professional soccer with being smack dab in the middle of med school. How do you juggle that? And in some crazy way, could soccer actually help you be a better student?
Well, I'm special. I don't know.
Okay.
No, I mean, obviously, it takes a lot of dedication, and you have to be really have a lot of discipline and planning your every day. Mostly, especially when I'm doing my exams and I have to study a lot, I feel soccer helps me to kind of get all the stress out and I feel refreshed to be able to study again. So 100% it helps me a lot, but mostly it's just being dedicated and going off the way you want.
What's your day look like when you're in the middle of soccer and in the middle of studying? What's your day look like?
So basically I wake up really, really early and then study a couple of hours before I go practice, come back, study, and then like have a maybe half an hour nap or whatever, and then usually we do 2 practices, some more practice and come back study. So just like study, eat, play soccer, sleep, repeat.
Rinse and repeat, right? I mean, how do you keep refreshed? I know soccer gives you a lot of juice, but how do you stay refreshed and bring in another element so folks would say, Nadia, get a life?
I know, I mean, I just have the goal and it motivates me. I know it's not always fun sitting there and while you see your friends doing other stuff, I'm like, why am I doing this? But at the end, I'm like thinking about the end and that refreshes me, and I know that I'm going somewhere, and I know that that's going to be a huge thing in my life later on, so that's going to refresh me. I hope this shows a lot of other girls that you can do whatever you want to do, and not only in sports and other stuff, just general rule in life. There shouldn't be anything, and like if you really want something, there shouldn't be anything that can stop you or should stop you.
So you've got soccer, you've got school. What are some of those challenges and adventures that you would like to do, or maybe do on occasion if you get a split second to do them?
Obviously, I like adventures. I like trying new stuff. And I know it sounds weird, but I actually get a lot of time to do that stuff too, beside all this. Okay. Especially now when I'm here, where I have a lot of time to study, but it's not like that intense when I'm in Denmark. So I wanted to do go hiking, do some bungee jumping we're trying to do, but it didn't happen, so I'm waiting to do that.
Bungee jumping.
Yeah, so I like that kind of stuff, like kind of extreme sport, and try to do stuff that I haven't done yet. You know,
I could see you jumping out of a plane.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that too.
I could see that.
Yeah, I kind of like that stuff. I don't know why, it just keeps me alive.
Thank you, Nadia. Janine and I will be back with highlights in just a moment as our KeyBank halftime show continues.
Hi, I'm looking for my first Toyota.
The Corolla is a great choice. It's super reliable, so it'll be with you for a lot of firsts.
Wow, I'm really going places.
In a Corolla, right?
During Toyota time, get 0.9% APR financing for 72 months on a reliable 2016 Corolla. Offer ends May 31st. For great deals on other Toyotas, visit Toyota.com.
First things first, your keys.
Toyota, let's go places.
So you're experiencing pain and stiffness when you do this, and burning in your arm when you do this?
So Doc, you think you can help?
Of course we can.
You want to feel good doing what you love. Providence helps you get there. Whether you're a Major League Soccer champion or a weekend warrior, our goal is to get you back in your game. This is what it means to go beyond the park.
This is your house. Houses are expensive. Expenses keep life from being simple. But there's a simple way to stay ahead of expenses. Use the red key and open a hassle-free account. No monthly service charges, no overdraft fees, no minimum balance fees, no hassles. Take the first step to thriving. Use the red key to make your finances hassle-free. KeyBank. Use the red key.
This car wasn't made in Detroit, or Tokyo, or Mexico City. This, the Mini Clubman, was crafted in Oxford, England, a place where mass production isn't all that massive. And each car is engineered, customized, tuned, and crafted one at a time. Introducing the new Mini Clubman, made in Oxford.
Mini of Portland, proud sponsor of the Portland Thorns and Timbers 2. We make it fun.
The KeyBank halftime show continues right here at Providence Park. Portland and Seattle in a good one, scoreless at the halftime. It's been an entertaining first half with some highlights, that's for sure. And along with Janine, and we're here to bring you those highlights. So scoreless, and obviously Seattle with some early opportunities, and actually they took some of those scoring chances right up to the end of the half.
They did, and it was nice to see the Thorns in the middle of that period kind of have a little bit of time where there weren't a lot of opportunities, but Seattle keeps pressing. They move very well. They're always getting through. They're always ready to attack, looking for that ball over the top. I mean, it's just an exciting game from their side, and exciting to see what the Thorns are doing and sticking to their plan.
Mark Parsons has just talked glowingly about Kat Reynolds, and she was awfully huge early on. When it looked like Seattle was going to find the back of the net, she comes to save the day.
They're able to team up and get around the outside. Kamasumi with the ball, and the great turn from Little, and then Reynolds is right there to block it.
Another angle will show you.
Great positioning, not giving up. You see those players in the back working really hard.
Brynja's daughter with some action in the first half.
A little bit of the outside of the foot, the ball in. They kind of got in each other's way, and they couldn't quite see clear to get the ball through.
And then late in the first half, Matthias, dangerous here.
Great touch off the run, plays herself. She has a good chance on goal and just doesn't quite hit it on target.
So scoreless here at halftime. We're moments away from kickoff of the second half here at Providence Park. Cascadia rivalry in full force. The Thorns and Seattle Reign FC Club scoreless at halftime. Plenty left in this match. Stick around. Second half coming up in just a moment.
Hi, I'm looking for my first Toyota.
The Corolla is a great choice. It's super reliable, so it'll be with you for a lot of firsts.
Wow, I'm really going places.
In a Corolla, right?
During Toyota time, get 0.9% APR financing for 72 months on a reliable 2016 Corolla. Offer ends May 31st. For great deals on other Toyotas, visit Toyota.com.
First things first, your keys.
Toyota, let's go places.
So you're experiencing pain and stiffness when you do this, and burning in your arm when you do this?
So, Doc, you think you can help?
Of course we can.
You want to feel good doing what you love. Providence helps you get there. Whether you're a Major League Soccer champion or a weekend warrior, our goal is to get you back in your game. This is what it means to go beyond the park.
The world is a curious place, full of puzzles still waiting to be solved. Stonehenge, the pyramids, Easter Island, and today, another enigma rises out of the clouds. Who is the face on the tail?
At Papa Murphy's, love means using only chicken raised without antibiotics. That's no antibiotics, ever. Tonight, share the love with a large chicken bacon artichoke made with chicken raised without antibiotics. Just $9 when you order at papamurphys.com.
Second half about to start here at Providence Park. The Thorns and Reign scoreless going into the final 45. Monashim and the Thorns getting ready. And this time they'll head right into the Riveter cheering section. Maybe that'll garner some magic. And second half is underway. The Thorns and Rain presented by Toyota. The Thorns featuring that unique flat 5 back line. Parsons unveiling that, if I'm not mistaken, Janine, for the first time this season.
Yeah, I believe it's the first time we have seen it. You know, and again, you have a plan for each team sometimes. Sometimes you're able to stick to your own formation, but so far it's working well. First 45, very successful.
Seattle wanted the offside flag, and they got it as Brynja's daughter and Nadim looking to find the back of the net on a little bit of a defensive mistake, but the offside was there. Second half just underway here at Providence Park. The Seattle Reign with only one road win to their credit this season here in Portland for the second time this year. And the Thorns, conversely, looking to snap a 2-game losing streak. Lots of storylines, as you would expect with these two rivals.
All right, and they've come out well. Again, looks like Thorns are sticking to their game plan. You see Seattle trying to get through over the top on those quick balls. So again, picking up so far just where it left off in that first half.
68 degrees, give or take, here in the Rose City. Winds west and northwest, 14 miles an hour. In other words, pretty darn near perfect night for football.
Pretty great night, pretty full crowd, looking really good. Good soccer being played, no complaints here.
Nowhere else we'd rather be, that's for sure. Nicely played by Weber to Shim. You like the idea of Fitzgerald trying to get it back to Shim, but instead here comes Seattle on the counter. Little carrying, Menges stepping up nicely as Little got a little heavy with that touch. Smart play by Menges.
Great play by Menges. A long pressuring run by Mana. You know, Kim Little is coming up at speed, and she may have been in front of Monashim, but feeling somebody behind you sometimes, you know, just lets that ball get away from you, and that's just enough the space that Menges needed to step in and clear that ball.
What do you suppose the message was offensively from Parsons to his troops as the foul is going to go against Fletcher?
You know, I think just I think they're trying to do the right things. They're finding Nadim as soon as they can. She's got to hold the ball just a little bit longer, a little bit better first touch, which again, very difficult to do. She's 1v4 up there. So, you know, but you've got to take advantage of those opportunities, and you've got to feel that you have to. You know, I think sometimes you're like, oh, you know, I'm numbers down up top. You know, it's going to be okay. It's like, no, if we have a chance, it's got to be finished.
Here's Reynolds. Nicely played by Fitzgerald. Little cat and mouse game that she wins. Skogerbo into space. Ooh, the trip.
No call.
Yep, the fans sure wanted it. It'll be interesting. It was close to the top of that 18. And let's see if it was just a kind of her own feet getting tangled.
Can see that ball in. She does. She falls on her, makes contact. I think part of the issue too, though, is that it wasn't really going to be playable. She wasn't going to be able to catch up to that ball, so therefore, you know, you don't necessarily call it.
Good idea on that lead pass to Rasso. So we'll play on. It's been a well officiated match. Good no call there. I'm in agreement with you. And here comes Seattle. Shim marking winners. Naho, this is where she is at her best, when she can squeeze and pull the trigger for any kind of a service inside the 18 or 6.
Yeah, trying to look to slip that ball outside a little bit for Matthias to get around the edge. And just a little, not a miscommunication, Matthias just maybe expecting something different out of it.
Matthias, such a great pickup for this Seattle club.
She's done a great job tonight.
She was very solid with FC Kansas City. I like the idea by Nadim there. Fitzgerald hanging tough. Little. Boy, and when we talk about Little's goals all the time, she'll play defense. She'll step into space. She'll do whatever it takes.
Hey, talk about a complete player again. Both sides of the ball, work rate, time that you're doing it. You know, are you that complete player and working throughout the 90 minutes, or you're taking a lot of breaks? And she definitely does not take any breaks.
Well played by Weber to step in front, and here's Menges. Naho, though, collects. Weber playing out of position again. Very steady fishlock.
A little contact after the pass from Dagny. I think he's going to have a word with her about that one.
Yeah, goes right over, does Malik Bawadi. Dagny pleading her case. Ready to begin play, no bookings. 51st minute, scoreless. And you wonder how long Portland can keep this Seattle bunch under wraps. The Reign coming into this match with a 5-4-5 record, 20 points. The Thorns at 7-2-5, 26 points. The Spirits game against Sky Blue FC scheduled for tonight. Washington, of course, with 26 points going into tonight's scheduled game. Inclement weather in the D.C. area has that game slotted for tomorrow. Western New York with a stoppage time goal to tie Houston. So now Western New York has 26 points. Oh, man. What a season this is turning out to be, Janine. And Chicago with the victory today as well. Dangerous here for Betos. Knocked away at the last second. Oh, how many times will Seattle get that look near the 6?
Just in the see, you know, Mana coming up with the ball. It's just nice that the Thorns can have the ball just a little bit. See if they can hold on to it.
Brynja Starter with the little flick. Fletcher and Barnes have been the tandem in that backfield with help on the flanks. The last weekend of NWSL play before the near month-long Olympic break, Janine.
Yeah, what are we going to do for the next month, Ann?
We got to find out a way to hang out and talk soccer. Beautifully played here. Little, oh, look at the step up by Skogerbo.
It's a great tackle by Skogerbo. Very solid.
Boy, that's a tall order with Little, so dangerous there. Betos calling everybody off as Mellis wasn't going to be able to catch up to that.
Hopefully, you know, with the first half being the way we talk about, you know, the tale of two halves, or like playing each game or each half as a game. And hopefully the Thorns bringing a lot of character out from that first one and confidence, seeing what they could do. And, you know, we talk about, you asked about the attack, and I think, you know, first you got to make sure you come out with that same solid game plan and apply that now, and make sure you know, look forward the next 45 minutes with that intent, and then from there, look for those opportunities to go forward or to attack. Well played by Kottmeyer. She, again, you know, we talk about Betos did a really good job playing near her line, and Kottmeyer seeing where her defense is and playing in that space, making sure that she's watching anything that goes through.
Nicely played by Weber, and here comes Rasso. She's got speed on the flank. Beautiful pass into Nadine, who squeezes it, can't get a foot on it. Oh, there was a chance for the Portland Thorns. What a ball by Rasso.
Great ball in. You know, if Nadim has just a little quicker step, she would have been able to get to it, and she just couldn't quite catch up to it or get that ball off in time.
Well played again by Weber. Nadim, know this, has been asked to cover a ton of ground this entire match. Just inches away from collecting and at least getting something on frame against Kottmeyer. Rasso, who has the 1 assist to her credit, almost had another one before she did record that first helper. Almost had one there. Smart play by Brynja's daughter, Nadine, trying to cut off Fletcher. Nadine, good no call. As Nadine and Fletcher were battling all the way. Nadine kind of losing a little bit of body control.
A little bit of her balance. I think she was trying so hard to catch up to that ball that, her feet, she just couldn't get her feet quite righted underneath her, and then, kept trying to go, and then the two of them just knocking into each other. Just good, hard, solid play by both players.
Reed allows Naho to have plenty of time to turn, and now Winters. Switching fields, Smart, Pickett. Fishlock with the little scoop. Bourret hanging tough against Little.
Again, we haven't seen much out of Bourret today. She hasn't had to do too much. I mean, Mangus is around her. You've got some good players. She hasn't had to, but that shows a lot of really good patience from that young player, to be there to kind of close it down, keep her feet, not jump in, not cause any problems, and get the ball to her player.
I mean, Bourret knows who Kim Little is. Your eyes have got to be like hubcaps when you realize it could be a 1v1 there. Great. And she played it well.
Great patience. I think she does a really great job for the Thorns.
57th minute. Still scoreless here at Providence Park. Weber.
Rasso trying so hard to catch up to that one.
Rasso and Nadine asked to cover a ton of ground to flag down the direct style of play that Portland has been playing. Balls into space. Fishlock, awful lot of room here, Janine. What a great ball by Fishlock. And look at Betos!
That's a great save by Betos again. Great patience on her line. She's watching this play come through. Little is running at him. They find the seams, getting in, and she just steps up at the right time, takes it right off her foot.
I thought for a second Mellis might shoot a little sooner.
Yeah, I think, the ball was so well played and she had enough time that she was able to run onto it, looking for that, I think, one touch around. And she didn't have as much space as she thought she had, and Betos did a great job covering it.
Just a fabulous ball into Mellis. And here comes Seattle again. Matthias. Bourret stepping in nicely.
Well done. This might be, when we start to see her called on a little bit more in the second half with these players running at. Seattle's finding the seams, getting around the outsides and able to get through. You're going to need Bourret to step over and cover those runs.
Bourret out of Cal. Signed mid-April. She was with the Portland Thorns, Janine, in training camp. We weren't sure if she'd be a regular fixture with this club. Injuries and call-ups, and here's Bourret getting another starting nod.
But when she was able to play, she got injected into that midfield. Good hard worker, 90-minute player, does really well, covers a lot of ground, strong, smart. I mean, I really liked her in those early games that we saw her play. So I'm not surprised that she's still here and doing really well.
Little leaves it for Fishlock, who directs traffic, sends it right back to Winters. Possession-style soccer that Harvey loves. Naho looking for a cross.
A little surprising out of an English gal, but that's good.
Listen to
I'm gonna get in trouble for that one, aren't I?
Yeah, you probably will. The Thorns with that 12-match unbeaten streak to start the year. Seattle conversely starting at 2-3-1. And when they lost that home game against Sky Blue, their first home loss in like 2+ years, they had everybody talking, but the Seattle Reign are starting to right the ship. Portland going toe-to-toe with one of the most dangerous teams in the league. That is for sure. Rasso. Good matchup there as Ellie Reed, the Portland graduate, going pace to pace with her. throw in Thorns in the 61st minute. Dagny gets ahead on it, kind of cue balls it, but right at Kopmeyer. And Mana is able to flag down Kopmeyer's toss. Ooh! Look for a little opening there. Almost slid through. Dagny was breathing down Kopmeyer's neck. Menges denies Little a chance to get a 1v1. Fishlock is going to get booked. That's her second yellow card of the season. Let's take a look, Janine.
Just comes in, she, is going for the ball, but on the turn, it just doesn't look very good. There's a little contact with the cleat, which they're always careful about.
Brynja's daughter, nicely played on the header. Nadim trying to get to the end of it. Little. Fishlock going deep again, and Reynolds is going to have to hurry. Well played. Portland's defense can get organized. Neither team using a substitute yet. You know that is going to change. 62nd minute here, scoreless at Providence Park. The last game before the Olympic break. Nicely played, Shim. Fishlock. Woo! Jess teed it up just over the crossbar.
That ball didn't miss by much. A little bit of spin on it. I think she, if she got a little bit faster swing on it, it would have sat for her a little bit more. Kind of comes across the ball. You can see the ball dipping, but lucky for the Thorns, it dipped a little bit too late.
Fishlock has been content to set up a lot of her teammates, and that time had a really good look at goal.
She has. I said before, you've got Little with the 30 goals, right, in the career, but Fishlock leading to a lot of those. I mean, she's involved in the plays, serving, so dangerous.
Pickett with the nice pick. Offside flag goes up. Offside flag goes up. Mellis says, but we'll take that goal away.
It's a little bit surprised. It's a little bit close, but they've done a really good job with the calls and staying right on the service and where the run starts.
Flag went up immediately. Nice run, well executed. Just a shade off though for Seattle.
Let's see, she makes her run a little bit laterally and then goes forward trying to stay on sides, but she might have been just a little bit of a different angle, and you've got a smart Reynolds right behind her looking at it, holding her retreat as well.
Just a beautiful ball by Pickett there. Nadim has been double-teamed, triple-teamed all night long. Weber to Brynja's daughter, little flick header. Nothing on that and no help either, but a nice idea.
I'd like to see Brynja's daughter maybe take that herself, like if she can bring that down or turn really quickly on the half volley and kind of catch them off. She needs to be a little bit more selfish, I think, especially in this game up here when you're not used to, or don't have many opportunities getting in.
Beverly Yanez looking to come onto the pitch. We'll see. So Matthias out. Yanez, a very dangerous goal-scoring threat in for Harvey and Seattle. Fill up your tank with 8 gallons of gas or more at any participating 76 station and get 2 tickets to an upcoming Thorns game for the price of 1. Don't rush the field all at once. Full details go to thornsfc.com/76 while supplies last. So Yanez coming onto the pitch. She's got 1 goal and a couple of assists.
I was interested to see what Coach Harvey was going to do. They're getting in, they're getting opportunities, but they haven't scored yet. So how long was she going to wait? And so around the 64th minute, she finally decides to make that change.
Talk of double and triple teamed. Every time Little touches it, that defensive back line really wants to put the heat on the dangerous Scotchwoman. You watch what she's done for Scotland for all these years, and also doing it on the NWSL pitch. She's just been a ton of fun to watch.
So much talent, so much creativity, you know. That's what we really like to see out of the game, and it's great that we have this chance to see that.
Brynja's daughter into space for Nadim. Fletcher reading it well. But Brynja's daughter and Nadim have really been working it, and I mean working it. The miles that so many of these players are going to have under their belt by the end of this match tonight. We're in the 66th minute. Man. Scoreless here at Providence Park. Dangerous ball right at the top of the 6th. Still alive. We'll play on. Great tackle by Mana Shim. Well played by Shim. That's a hustle play all the way. Nadim. And the flag is up. All of Seattle's hands went up, and as soon as that ball made contact with Nadia, the whistle blew.
Tell you, that's a great extra
mistake
effort.
Here. Nadim. Little heavy on the touch there. Unfortunate.
And I think it might have even caught Nadim off guard a little bit,
well,
you know.
Fitzgerald was able to collect but couldn't do anything with the pass. That could have been really interesting. And here comes Seattle. Naho. Look at Weber.
Again, you can see him attacking those outsides, you know, and they talked about the reason already that there's a 5-back in there to kind of watch those spaces and see if they can add pressure and not just give away that easy service or getting around the ends.
Look at all the real estate for Fishlock. And the Thorns defense looks to clear and finds Nadim.
Great vision by Dagny to see Fitzgerald breaking on the outside.
Pickett picks her up into space. Nothing doing for Shim. Goes against the Thorns here in the 68th minute, that call.
That type of ball, I think the Thorns have to look out for a little bit. I mean, Fitzgerald has a great outside of the foot touch. She's looking to play that ball in, and that's great when you have a little bit more run of play. But between that, Dagny kind of flicking the ball on, they're going to have to be a little bit more careful with their touches. And I don't want to say not as creative, but a little bit more kind of direct and purposeful with what they're going to do, and definitely getting to take advantage of the ball up there when they have it.
Well, that was an interesting scenario there as Naho was able to beat Menges, but Brynja's daughter was there. It'll still result in a Seattle opportunity here on the corner kick here in the 69th minute. Wondering if we'll see the other Japanese international, Rumi Utsugi. Rumi is very dynamic and on the bench and available.
Yeah, I was a little surprised he wasn't the first one off the bench, but, you know, again, it'll be interesting to see, you know, what happens and how it develops in the next couple minutes.
Corner kick, Betos punches it out. Ball still alive and cleared. Oh, baby. Betos thought that the collision should have gone call-wise against Seattle, and a quick restart here on the throw-in. Seattle putting on the heat.
Yeah, not wasting any time, are they? They're ready to attack. I think they're going to start to get more and more frustrated as the game wears on that they haven't gotten through.
70th minute, still scoreless. Beautiful direct style pass to Little. Oh, what a move by Little past Menges. You don't see that often. Oh, that ball alive, and there's Betos with the big mitt to deny Yanez. What a play by Betos.
That's a great save and stretch out of Michelle Betos. Quick down, ball's coming across. Such a hard ball at the near post. She doesn't have that much room, just reaches out and grabs it. Great ball by Michelle Betos.
Injured earlier in the season, that nerve damage to the right shoulder. And she was stretching all the way with that right arm. Attendance just announced. My goodness, 19,231. And there are 7 players missing as far as national call-ups for their teams in the upcoming Olympics.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
My only question is those 4 people that are sitting at home tonight in Portland, what are you doing there and why are you at the stadium?
Fishlock, lots of room, wants to cut and directing traffic, just not able to communicate with Yanez. '71st minute. I think you said it very well, Janine, in terms of the frustration that may be mounting. This is a very professional Seattle club. They'll stay calm, and yet there have been many scoring opportunities that have come and gone, and we're still scoreless.
Yeah, they keep running at that back line. You can see they're running right along the top of with the defenders, looking to hold their runs just long enough for that service to get through. Sometimes on the outside around the corners, and sometimes just over the top in the middle. But you know, that's the plan. They do that often. They do it consistently and with numbers too. And they're just waiting for that one chance that it does get through.
Broken play actually favors Little. Oh boy. And that's a huge call that favors Seattle, and a good call. I believe that was Shim that took Little down. The broken play that Little stayed with was actually going to favor Seattle.
Yeah, she's again, that working hard. She's just trying to get around players. She doesn't stop, and the legs just get tangled up.
Betos barking orders. 72nd minute, and a great opportunity here for the Seattle Reign. Naho and Fishlock standing over the ball. Free kick coming. Ooh, knocked away at the last second by Betos. Struck well by Fishlock, but one up by Betos.
Great cover by Betos. She does an excellent job, tracks the ball the whole way. She's there and concentrating, takes a step or two, just gets a little touch, make sure that it goes out around that post.
Danger still lurking though, corner kick. Barnes with the honors here in the 73rd minute. Seattle knocking at the door. The low line drive. Betos calling for it.
Well done to come off her line, Michelle Betos. Again, a little bit of patience, but when she comes out, it's under control.
Who can find the back of this net? Rasso. Sending it far post. Seattle composed defensively, looking for the counter. Shim, well played, sends it right back to Haley. Shim, deep ball, Nadia!
Great work, just exactly what she's been trying to do the whole time. In the right place, the right time, tirelessly getting there, getting up for the ball. What a great job. Great ball in by Mana Shim, under pressure, people on both sides of her. Great little ball off the top of her head, just kind of flicks it on past Kottmeyer. Great goal by Nadim.
Shim with her first assist of the season, Nadim with her 5th goal of the season. And that play all started on the hustle effort by Shim to take that ball away, control it, and then tee up the service for Nadim.
You know, Shim, again, Mark Parsons talks about her kind of being the brain of the team and trying to really help and organize things, and that's what she brings. You know, great service. She's won balls and stopped transition. Great job by Mana Shim to get that ball up to Nadia Nadim.
This game not over by a long shot, folks. Seattle wants to get mad and Seattle wants to get even. We got a long way to go. Portland's going to have to stay true to the game plan.
They are. You know, the scoreline has changed, but the plan has to stay the same because Seattle still has the same dangerous people that they've had the entire game. They've got to be able to close down those lines, stop those balls over the top, or track those players and not let them get through. You could see after the goal, Mark Parsons turned immediately to Michelle Betos and said, basically, great job. You're the one that got us here. You kept us 0-0. Awesome. And now we're up 1-0. Again, the game plan, going back to her, the defense. What's the important thing that they have to do? They've still got another 15 minutes to go in the game, and they can't just stray from it, get overexcited. Biggest thing about defense is patience. Be patient and do what you're supposed to do. Stick to the rules or the plan of the game in this case.
19,000 plus going nuts as Menges doing what captains do, tying the boots of your keeper. They can't take their gloves off, so the captain does it for you.
Now is no time to take the gloves off.
Oh boy. Look at that. Nadine with the bicycle kick. Rasso. Well played. Fletcher has been terrific tonight. Switching fields, Pickett, no problem there. 77th minute. Every fan in this park looking at the scoreboard. Every other minute, maybe even more often. Stepping in front nicely, Brynja's daughter. She has no help, so she will wait.
Good idea. Unfortunately, she just didn't get the step up, someone to try to give the ball to, but Dagny's trying to do the right thing.
Betos has to hustle. Quick restart.
Good.
Oh, boy.
That's what she wants to do.
Well,
it's a little heavy on her touch.
Come on now.
But give that to her. But look, she's trying to hold the ball, right? She doesn't want to pick it up. She's trying to take a little time off the clock, and you've got to give your team a break. They've worked really, really hard all game, and they scored and they're up, and you've got to make sure that you're in control.
Look at Mellis forcing the issue. Fletcher, one of the few mistakes she's made all night long. I like, though, the fact that Mellis was lurking just in case that tough touch from Betos got away from her. Smart play. But Michelle won the day on that one.
She's showing so much poise, you know. We've talked about how solid she is, and there's sometimes she tends to do a little bit too much, but she's done a great job today. And if she can continue with that kind of calm confidence and give that defense some patience, you know, they're going to do really well, and they'll be able to finish this game.
Well played by Menges to find the boot of Rasso and just into space.
Interesting, you know, we always talk about momentum shift. Obviously, goal, big momentum shift, but how does it impact the Seattle Reign, and what are they doing? Some of their touches are a little bit heavy, trying too hard, getting a little frustrated, and you can see them looking at each other and then not being as happy with themselves in this situation.
Follow the Thorns with flights to over 40 cities. Alaska Airlines serves from Portland, including Boston, Dallas, and 4 LA area airports. For Alaska's lowest prices, visit alaskaair.com. Menges working so hard tonight, along with her backline buddies. You got to watch the broken plays here. Mellis looking to turn on Weber and is successful. Weber catching up and now marking.
It's great defending from Weber, chasing her all the way back 30 yards. Mellis getting a little bit unhappy with her. You can see kind of the arm flying on that. She doesn't like the pressure. If the Thorns can just take a little bit of a collective breath to make sure again that they have that patience, that's going to be one of the things that's going to carry them over. To keep feeling solid, to feel that composure and that confidence that you need to feel, and you need to have that when you're defending. Not feel defeated, but feel strong. Not let them in. Not let Seattle feel like they have a chance, and that will keep the momentum in their favor.
80th minute, Janine. The Thorns on Nadim's goal in the 74th minute, leading Seattle 1-0. Shim with the beautiful ball, Nadim with the acrobatic finish, and that's where we stand in front of over 19,000. Well played by Weber. The whistle, though, is going to go against Mallory. She thought it was just a good hard tackle. Reed, though, is down. 50-50 ball. And the trainer comes out. Can this break work to Portland's advantage just to get that collective break?
A little bit, because they'll have a chance to get together and talk, so you don't get timeouts, and this is the time that you get. If there's anything that needs to be said, they need to just be able to, again, calm each other down, get each other on the same page, keep going with what that plan is, and make sure that there's any kind of information that needs to be given. Now's a great time to give it. Ellie Reed looks good. She's up and walking, which is really nice. I think she just got a little bit turned. You know, she got hit just a little from behind. She kind of stepped into that passing channel, or into that channel that she was trying to come up into. So, but she looks okay, which is always nice to see.
Both players battling hard for that ball, and yes, Reed, obviously very popular here, was a big star at the University of Portland. She and Winters, just a couple of those Portland grads on the team in the league. So here in the 81st minute, Seattle looking for the equalizer. 82nd minute now. And here is Reed back on the pitch. Beautiful ball inside for Yanez. That ball is up for grabs. Naho. And again, Portland able to just get a boot on it. Rasso comes out with it and pushes Fishlock on her. Smartly played to the far sideline.
Keep the ball. That's what they need to do, is keep the ball. You know, again, some of those plays I was talking about earlier, where normal games, normal, run of play, you can hit that ball up to Rasso, but she's worked so hard all game. You don't want to play her into space and make her keep running. You want to have that teamwork, maybe a little 2v1, just to keep the ball over there on the corner, up in the attacking third or near Seattle's attacking.
Fishlock with the scoop. Headed away by Menges, and here's Reed to collect. Well played by Nadim. Disrupting, though, Seattle's play, and the Reign will have to reorganize.
You will. See, they're just trying to figure out, see if they can get out of that kind of little bit of a frustration mode. They've kind of been missing each other a little bit.
Smartly played by Weber. Nutmegged Reed, but it'll be a throw-in. And here's Naho. And waiting to check in is Kirsten Dahlstream. Stepping in nicely and clearing. Bourret doing her thing. 83rd minute. We'll have some stoppage time, to be sure.
You can hear and see Menges organizing from here. All the way up, in the top of the booth, you can hear her yelling to her team, telling her team to get up. She's motioning them, trying to organize them the entire time. And again, another great save from her.
Unbelievable save by Menges right there. And that's Portland's throw-in. What a play by Menges. They'll go back over this during film as Reed comes out, Dahlstream comes in. And that was huge.
This is big down on the side from Nadim as well. She's out on the side getting pressured, hits a little bit of a curved ball, lifts it up over one player, ball goes down the line, lets the other player hit it out for the throw-in and keeps possession. This is taking time off the clock, and again, showing great intelligence as a player.
Rasso splitting a couple of defenders, but Fitzgerald couldn't catch up to it. 84th minute. Ellie Reed sitting, Dahlstream in. Reed with a really solid game. Dahlstream fresh. Pickett, but there's Betos, who goes to her knees.
Plenty of time. Well done. She's right there again, trying to stay in that space behind the defense. Anything goes through, make sure that it gets to her hands.
85th minute, Portland leading Seattle 1-0 on Nadim's goal in the 74th minute. Seattle had been the aggressors, had more of the scoring chances, but Shim's service was right on target and Nadim did the rest, and that's where we stand. Got to be careful here. It's going to be a quick throw in. Dahlstream looking for some help. Yanez right back to Dahlstream. Well played by Nadim, just to disrupt a little bit. But you can't give Fishlock too much real estate to create.
No, another great service from her, right on the money. That woman could hit, the smallest point with that ball, whatever she wants to do.
Here's Winters. Leaving it for Fletcher. This is dangerous here. Pickett.
A little bit lucky she decided to hit that ball outside. I don't know why Kawasumi didn't turn and try to hit it herself. Gives it out to Pickett. That's just a worse angle, getting the ball farther away. I think she could have hit it herself, but good for the Thorns. Ball's out of bounds. They get possession and a little bit more time off the clock.
Yeah, curious decision. Kawasumi, obviously that goal-scoring threat with the 3 goals. She had that brace her first game back when she reported to the Reign, but she gave it up.
Maybe just a little bit too polite, a little bit nice. And I think, I'd see that a little bit more on the women's side of the game where you're trying to do the right thing, but at the wrong time. Not the right thing for the game, the right thing kind of, for your friend to give the ball up.
Careful here, smart play by Reynolds as she just drop kicks it out of bounds. Sade Pratt looking to check in for the Portland Thorns, but we'll play on. Reynolds looking to get up and scoop. Another ball goes onto the field. That's quickly booted out of play by Fitzgerald. Again, play on. 87th minute. Skogerbo is going to have to play the D. The offside flag goes up, and there's the whistle. That's another break for the Portland Thorns. Time everything right now.
You use every situation you can. You get the free kick, you bringing a player in, you're just trying to manage that end of the game, and that's so important to do. Something that you get more and more used to the more and more you play. You see in the professional situation, they're really trying to, those minutes, seconds, it all counts to trying to solidify and get that final result.
You asked for it, you got it. Now available at your locally owned McDonald's are your favorite breakfast items any time of the day. All-day breakfast is finally here. And a nice ovation for Mo Fitzgerald, the local product, who comes out really strong. Sade Pratt will enter the pitch here in the 88th minute.
Nice change, adds a little bit of speed to the Portland lineup. You've got fresh legs in there, someone else that can kind of add a little pressure or also relieve it if she gets the ball to her feet.
Foot race here. Right at Betos. I mean, Mellis was able to get a boot on it, but right at Betos.
And you've got Mangas chasing her, which is nice things, adding pressure so that she's, couldn't quite get maybe the shot off she wanted, and she was, a little bit too far to get much out of it. Really nicely finished by Michelle, though, to take it, keep it in her hands for a few seconds.
Into space. I love the idea.
If it hits the corner flag, it's $5.
That's hilarious.
That's the end of the game tactics, if you can. That's the widest part on the field, so if you can get the ball out there.
That's like the old Blazer days with the Chalupas or whatever when they scored 100 points. All right, 89th minute. Stoppage time awaits. Seattle looking for the equalizer. Beautiful cutback by Little. Unlucky there for Seattle. We can listen to Betos. Yes, let me take this.
Well played.
Yes.
Well played by both. Mallory Weber also very patient, not trying to do too much. She knows the situation, listens to Betos. It's in her hands. It's safe. Taking a little bit more time off the clock.
Betos line drives it right at Dahlstream. Look at Nadim. Wins that ball, and Rasso. Like the idea, no problem with that. Yep.
Great idea. Again, always the attacking mentality out of her, which is huge.
Nadim winning that ball, resulting in Rasso's boot. We're in the 90th minute. We'll play on. No, the foul is going to go against the Portland Thorns again. A dangerous situation as Seattle will tee it up. Janine wasn't crazy about that call.
Well, I thought it was a little soft. I don't know.
90th minute. Skogerbo looking to play the defense. Oh boy, this thing is going down to the bitter end.
Not the things that Thorns wanted to give away, but again, at least solid defending. You got Skogerbo there, ready to defend, do something about it, not just let him in. At least they can defend as a team and set up.
The Thorns have been very good at closing matches.
Goalkeeper in the box, looking to pull a Betos.
Awesome call. Punched away, dangerous here, and cleared. Kottmeyer better hustle back. 3 minutes of stoppage time. Betos, of course, with that epic goal in stoppage time against FC Kansas City last year. Kottmeyer still looming. Heavy touch there. That ball is out, and that's a big break as Portland will take its time. 3 minutes of stoppage time. Thorns leading at 1-0. What a match this has been in front of over 19,000 here at Providence Park. Janine, one of the fine goalkeepers in her day, recognizing Kottmeyer coming down. I knew you'd pick that up.
It's the oldest overlap in the book.
Little doubled right away, gets out of trouble and will still carry. Plenty of time for Seattle, looking for the equalizer.
Good pressure by the Thorns on that.
Unlucky as Dahlstream is able to connect with Yanez. Gotta clear, gotta clear. Foul goes against Seattle. Nadim hanging tough. We're a little over a minute into the 3 minutes of stoppage time. Nadim, the hero at the moment. Not to mention Betos and the entire back line of the Portland Thorns.
You can see Michelle Betos giving it a little bit of direction, trying to get the team to shift over to the side, trying to keep them tight and numbers together.
Here's Betos, halfway into stoppage time. Winters on the miss hit.
That's a little battle and a half between those two.
Quick restart. Foul goes against Rasso. Quick restart. Heady play by Fishlock, and here comes the Seattle Reign. Reynolds battling. We're 2 minutes into stoppage time. The Thorns trying to hang on. Little using that strength to hold off Reynolds. Pratt coming in to help.
A little bit of an early ball. I don't think she needed to hit it that soon. Again, young player, not quite as poised. Could have also hit it a little bit down the line to where no one was.
Nicely played by Nadim. It'll be a Seattle throw-in. Harvey saying, come on, let's go. Berryhill wanting to check in. Rasso getting a huge ovation. Bouret in, fresh legs.
Interesting keeping Berryhill up top. I would have thought maybe he'd drop her a little bit lower to kind of add even more bodies in there.
Somebody's got to clear. Oh, lucky, lucky, lucky as that ball stays in play.
Great ball staying in.
Cue ball, and that's it! What a win for the Portland Thorns. Janine Sparrow, 1-0 the final. Nadim's goal in the 74th minute is the game winner, but what a job by Betos and everybody playing D for the Thorns.
I don't know, Ann, if this doesn't tell you to believe in things, I don't know what does. You know, it's a great job. What does it come down to? A plan and sticking to your plan. Do you go out there and you just throw everything you have at it and don't care about what's going to go on? Mark Parsons came in. They were able to train on it. They had that week off, and they were able to make a game plan for Seattle and stick to it. And that's the biggest thing that you can do, right? You have to look at what you're facing. You're a few players down, and it's awesome.
Nadia Nadim with the game's only goal in the 74th minute. She joins us now. Nadia, walk us through the service to you and the finish.
I mean, we've been talking about this entire week, that they should try to find me in deep behind the the defense, and we didn't have the luck the first half, but Mark was telling me to keep running, keep believing the ball's gonna come, and Mana played an awesome ball, and that's what I do best, be in the box and finish. So.
Could you feel it coming, Nadia? Did you have a feeling or a sense that maybe you were going to get that chance and then be able to do something big for your team?
100%. As a striker, you have to have that belief all the time, and I definitely had it.
There's the celebration.
Guys. Yeah.
What this win means for your club, Nadia, going into the Olympic break.
I mean, this is so huge for us. We didn't have a great game against Houston, and we had to show everyone that we're a great team. And I mean, everyone really stepped up today, and I'm so happy that we got the 3 points. I really think everyone was exceptional, and we really deserved this.
Congratulations, Nadia Nadim, to you
Thank
and
you.
to all of your teammates. A huge 1-0 victory for the Portland Thorns.
Congratulations.
Thanks. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. You're welcome. So the Olympic break is upon both of these clubs, and when that break is over, wouldn't you know it, these two teams will meet again for the fourth and final time, and this time up in Seattle. But let's talk about tonight's victory for the Portland Thorns, Janine. Absolutely huge team effort.
It was a huge team effort, you know, and like I said, the nice thing about it, it is a game, you know. It's not just something you go out and you just kind of kick the ball around. It's a game, you have a game plan, you know what you want to do, and then if you stick to it, you can accomplish the things, you can be successful.
And our next game right here at Providence will be against the Boston Breakers on Sunday, September 4th. So that'll do it from Providence Park in downtown Portland. The hometown Thorns defeating Seattle in a massive result, 1-0. Huge win for the Thorns, 3 more points. That's 29 on the season going into the Olympic break. As we mentioned, our next home match is Sunday, September 4th against Boston. For Janine and everybody, so long from Providence Park. Huge victory for the Thorns. They win it 1-0.